So not only am I fighting off jet lag from my first coast-to-coast trip, dealing with a neck ache from some kid kicking the back of my seat, and generally craving death, I'm also elbow to elbow with unwashed gamers, eager to hustle for rare finds, valuable wares, and championship glory. The expo hall alone is like an aircraft hangar, packed with vendor booths and playable prototype games. All the major companies and arcade chains have a presence here. Even console games are represented, with the three of Sega, Nintendo, and Atari having booths. I love how in this version, like, Atari is still like a major company, which makes sense if like the arcade crash didn't actually happen in this, parallel universe. But the Palace, the world's biggest arcade franchise, easily drowns them out, as in like it used to be Deco's Palace. All the flashing lights and noisy crowds are threatening to drown me out too. So yeah, a little in over my head, considering I was a PC gamer shut in until recently, but my teammates are eating this up with a spoon. Finally, a Left Coast Max. I've been to the Right Coast Max event plenty of times. Now I can compare the two. If you need me, I'll be, probably everywhere. Wow, so many people who love video games under one roof. I can't wait to say hello to all the indie devs and see what they've been making. This is just the best. First stop has to be the retro game dealers though. Maybe I can get a few more rare finds for my collection. 50-hour Japanese RPGs, here I come. Okay, this is a bit much, isn't it? Pity Jinx couldn't come with us. I'd love to grouse about the gaudiness with her. Meantime, think I'll also engage in retail therapy. See you later. Aw, Jinx couldn't join us? That's a bummer. Leaving with the two most social individuals in our entire group, sticking by my side for the time being.
Marvelous.
Such an intense atmosphere. I'd heard many a sung of the wonders to be found at Max, but I'll admit little has prepared me for the reality. But I shall remain steadfast in the face of this madness, rest assured.
I vibe with it.
Behold, the wonders of Max, glorious and terrifying all at once. This is the second biggest Max I've ever seen, my first being Max East, of course. Luckily, I won't have to fight the crowds too much, since I'm casting the matches for the Invitational. I've got a special VIP badge. I can come and go when I please. If you want to see Max in all its magnificence without a sea of bodies, I can let you borrow it after show floor hours are over. Is this a bad time to mention that I haven't been in a room with more than 10 people and it's high school graduation? Really? I wouldn't consider myself that antisocial. I mean, look at this. Where do we even start with this? Is there a map? Do I need a guide and survival gear? Should I swear to offer my tasty flesh as nourishment if we get stranded?
I disagree, my friend.
Come now, it's not quite all that. But honestly, a guide isn't a bad idea. Loxley and I can be your Max guides. If you need anything, we're only a text away. Assuming you can get any service, of course. 70k people all battling to connect to the Wi-Fi is a tournament on its own. Rhapsody is right. We will be by your side as needs be.
Tally-ho!
Besides, your focus today is the Crimson Tiger Invitational, yes? Put all this aside and keep your goals in sight. No need to engage with teaming masters if you're really only interested in competitive play. Do what makes you happy.
Sounds good to me.
Agree, do what you want to do, and if you're getting overwhelmed, it's okay to take a break and clear your head. Remember that there is an outside. It does exist. One last piece of advice from your guide. Don't forget to have some fun while you're here. There's so much more to do than the tournament. Right, tournament. Focus on the tournament. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. This is my time. This is my hour. I can do this. It's just another tournament. A very, very critical one that will earn us favor with Crimson Tiger and a ton of Pro Tour qualification points, but just another tournament. I take a breath to calm my nerves and turn to face the combat arena. It's a huge stage, decorated up for the big showdowns between the top professional teams, all invited by Crimson Tiger. Its aura flows into the surrounding booths and right up to my toes. Soon I'll be taking on challengers there, so why not get the lay of the land? It's good to know what I'm getting myself into. Using various hand motions and signals, I let Rhapsody and Loxley know I'm going to wander towards the stage to check it out. They nod in approval, and I try not to get lost on the jaunt over the stage. I approach the impressive stage and... Wait, why is there a press gathering by the stage seating area? The actual tournament doesn't start for another hour. Which is why Crimson Tiger is proud to announce a brand new sponsorship of Team Play to Win. What? We are happy to work with Victoria Prode, whom you may know better as Valkyrie, two-time EVO champion and coach for Team Play to Win. Crimson Tiger certainly knows how to play to win, and we're thrilled to support the dreams of P2W as they rise in the Pro Tour ranks. Wow, they're also sponsoring a rival? Camera's flashes goes off as the press snaps photos of the newly minted business partners, and then one of them asks the questions that's burning in my mind. What about your previous sponsorship of Magnificent Seven? Unfortunately, we parted ways with Magnificent Seven. Their spot in the Crimson Tiger Invitational will be given to Team P2W. Really? That's news to me. When did that happen? Why did I not know about this? We wish their little team the best of luck in the future and see nothing but success in store for them. But we've won the last public games. I don't understand why they would just drop us. Now, as we look to the future, we look to Team P2W. We hope you enjoy seeing them dominate at the Crimson Tiger Invitational. That is really strange and really sus and really shady. As the crowd of journalists disperses, I march right up to confront my former sponsor. Beep beep, this is an intense identity situation. You can only pick a response that matches your top 2 personality traits. I'm disappointed to say the least. Is there any way you can compromise? Doesn't P2W already have like dozens of sponsors? What a waste of moolah. What gives? You sign me up and then stab me in the back in favor of P2W? You can't just drop Magnificent 7. We have a contract with you. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. This is really weird. Doesn't P2W already have like dozens of sponsors? What a waste of moolah. You're backing P2W? Seriously? You know they have like a bajillion sponsors already, right? Feels like a waste of money for Crimson Tiger. Sorry about this, Mr. Angel. Corporate decided this at a level way above my pay grade. But we have a contract. This is very sus. It's a question of branding. They feel that P2W is a better match for Crimson Tiger than Magnificent 7. Well, then I'm not wearing red anymore. Give me back my orange shirt. But on the plus side, we've already paid for your trip to Max. Enjoy your hotel room and the convention at your leisure. Plenty of fun to be had even if you can't play in the tournament, right? Wow, that's really awful. No, there's got to be some legal ramifications for this if I have a contract. If you'll excuse me, I've got other business to attend to. Despite my former sponsor slinking off, the one who really backstabbed me stands her ground. We lock eyes and she takes a step towards me. I mean, it takes two. I don't blame her. I don't blame this one nearly as much as my sponsor, you know? Because my sponsor's supposed to have, like... We had a deal, you know? I didn't have a deal with the P2W chick. I didn't have one. I had one with the sponsor. So... Victoria Proud, back-to-back EVO champion known as Valkyrie, owner of Team P2W, most powerful woman in the industry, is almost gentle. Victoria Proud, is almost gentle in her expression. Could that be sympathy?
Defeat is never easy, I know.
This isn't really defeat, sweetheart.
But in reality, this is me doing you a favor. I know it's hard to see right now, but that's the truth of it.
I don't understand. I completely beat your team. I beat your team and the next team after. Excuse me.
You're way in over your head, and you don't even realize it.
See, I wouldn't even talk to this woman. Like, I'd be like, yeah, you're not worth my time. This conversation's over. Bye, Felicia.
I've been grinding the pro gaming scene all my life. From the original Street Fighter through to Fist of Discomfort 1 and 2. I've been here, building the scene, while you were busy tinkering with building blocks in preschool.
Yeah, Valkyrie, maybe if you spent less time twirling your mustache like a villain, maybe you spent less time worrying about flexing yourself around me and more time with your own players, you might not be a total B about it.
And that's not a dig at you. I'm trying to point out that I've been in your situation before, making the exact same mistakes you are.
I don't know if you understand what my goals are, lady.
Nobody was there picking me up when I fell. No one helped me. So that's what I'm doing for you, here and now. Helping you see that you aren't ready for this.
Yeah, that's not really anyone to decide. Least bit you, of all people.
Are your players signed with actual contracts? Do you even have an accountant or a lawyer?
That's a good question. I would have made sure of that. I have an iris. Oh, jeez. There's no way I would have let this fly. No way. She waves her phone in my direction, where the neon wireframe of a familiar virtual girl waves back.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. She's handy, but an app is no substitute for having a full support staff. You're playing at being something you're not. You should stick to having fun with your friends and let this fantasy of yours go.
Yeah, I stopped listening to you a long time ago.
There's no shame in being a casual.
You say that, but I strongly doubt you have my best intentions at heart. I'd say you're making a strategic move to head off a rival and justifying out afterwards. You think this will stop me? I'll be back and ready to topple your empire. Well, gosh, thanks, Mom. Am I almost so grounded without dessert, too? I'd say you're making a strategic move to head off a rival and justifying it afterwards. I have a doubt as to the kindness of your gesture, Valkyrie. In fact, I'd say it was a fine strategic move for destroying a rival before they can grow stronger. It's entirely too convenient that your generous offer of wisdom is paired with leveraging your own wealth and fame to destroy someone who may one day beat you.
You beat me? I've taken the championship more times than I can count. I've built the most powerful team in the world. You're far from ready to do that.
Yeah, you're apparently a mind reader, or a soothsayer.
You lost your funding, that's your fault. If I hadn't done it, someone else would have. Learn the lesson and move on.
And she walks away, as I'm no longer even the tiniest of concerns to her. She wasn't the tiniest concerns of me to begin with. I would not have even, continued that conversation. Just another try-hard for her to dismiss.
Iris, what's my schedule like for the next hour?
All clear, ma'am.
Good. Find me somewhere pleasant to have a spot of lunch before the first round begins.
Leaving me with all of Max before me and no actual reason for me to be here anymore. I mean, there's tons of things, like Loxley. I need to get my priorities straight. Loxley should be my priority, not the FOD2 championship, but that's just me. With the impromptu press conference of Doom over, I listlessly wander back towards my friends. Once we join up again, I quickly reiterate what went down. That's rough. It's not like we needed another reason to dislike P2W. They're really hitting us where it hurts. I'm not really as angry at P2W as I am with Crimson Tiger. I am more angry at Crimson Tiger because they're the ones we had an agreement with, like I said. But on the bright side, we don't have to wear Crimson Tiger's hideous outfits anymore. I'm not sure the bright side is all that bright. Rhapsody, once we get home, we still have rent to pay and team salaries. If we can't pay, we'll lose the apartments. Some of us will have to find new jobs. I'm wondering what would have happened if Crimson Tiger wasn't our sponsor. First of all, would it still been the Crimson Tiger Invitational? I feel like it would have, but it seems like the only one of our sponsors that would have had an invitational at a place like the Max would be the Crimson Tiger. So, if that's the case, would Crimson Tiger, if we went with a different sponsor, would the other sponsor still be our sponsor? Would it have, or would the other sponsors also dropped us? I'm not sure. No, we're in too deep. We need a new sponsor to keep the ball rolling. No way around it. Where can we find a last-minute sponsor? Hamza. Can we find Hamza? I don't know. But I do know something, or someone rather, I can turn to. I pull out my phone. Is it my cousin? Iris, what do you got for me? I've already started searching. It could be a few days, though. Right now, the news feeds are choked with news of P2W signing with Crimson Tiger. We may need to wait for that story to cool off to find someone interested in us. We're, literally yesterday's news at this point. I'm not sitting around waiting. I'm the coach, the responsible cat herder. I gotta go on top of this as soon as I can. I should probably head back to the hotel and do some serious research. Not like there's any reason for me to stick around here anymore. I would totally just hang out, spend some time at the Max with, my friends. Come on, Archangel. Come on. Indeed, you could do that. Please, Loxley, talk some sense into me, please. Do not let this boy waste this opportunity to be at the Max. It's paid for. You're at a gaming convention. It's all paid for. There's so much stuff you could be doing here. It'd be a total waste. And it would, why not spend the money that Crimson Tiger, gave you? Why not? You might as well. Indeed, you could do that. Or you could take a break from being a manager and let your friends help you out instead. Rhapsody and I can solve this problem. Yeah, I'm good with that. What? No, it's okay. This is my job. You don't have to. No. Angel Arts, just zip. I insist. I'm your sword arm, yes? My liege must rest and recuperate while I tirelessly fight this battle. Besides, I have hidden talents which may apply. Oh, Loxley. I kind of wanna... You're willing to reveal some of those hidden talents to me, ASAP? Oh, whatever. Yeah, okay, fine. Making contacts, networking, wheeling and dealing. I've experience in such matters. Chatting up possible new sponsors for us to be will be child's play.
Yeah.
Loxley is right, I might have a few leads myself. It helps to know the right people, and I can track them down in between casting matches. Leave this to us, Angel Arts. You and the rest of the Magnificent Seven go have fun. You've done plenty for us already. Let us return the favor. When I first arrived at Good Clean Fun, I lamented having all these chores and duties, but now handing them off feels weird. Feels like I'm admitting defeat, like I failed. No, I wouldn't feel that. But if someone else is offering to pick up the burden, well, maybe I should take them up on that. There's no shame in it, right? Absolutely not. I guess it could work, but are you sure? I don't mind, really. It's my job to figure stuff like this out. Honestly, between my allies and Rhapsody's industry connections, we're likely better positioned to do this than you are. Weren't you a complete shut-in before you met us? I wasn't a complete shut-in. I did go down to the corner store to buy more nachos. Sometimes. Yeah, you just talked about how, like, you've never been in a place with more than 10 people since your graduation. Let these two do it, Angel Arts. This is a little bit beyond you right now. The pinnacle of diplomatic prowess, that.
Shall we?
Besides, if we should fail, nothing is lost. Yes, you and your Iris simply resume your efforts after this weekend's festivities. You've earned a break. If you overwork yourself, you'll burn out. We've all seen you putting in the overtime getting everything together for us. So let Loxley and me take a shot at this, okay? They're not wrong. I haven't slept well this last month, and we moved from practice session to practice session, online tournament to online tournament, and the times I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat with the images of pixelated smiles burning in my brain, well, those sure didn't help either. Okay, I put it in your hands.
Excellent.
You may rely upon us. Meanwhile, we are at Max, the nexus of fun and games, the perfect opportunity to immerse yourself further in arcade culture, yes?
Nice.
Now's the time to go out there and experience your first Max. We've got this. Aimless and directionless, me and FOD2 Junkie and PC Gamer versus a thundering herd of arcade fanatics. This is not a matchup I can counter. I should definitely stick out my friends. I don't mind playing second fiddle to whatever fun they're having. Who do I want to look for first? Fortunately, Iris has a map of the convention center loaded up and ready, complete with handy icons representing each of them. Oh. Jinx is in the parking lot? Seriously? I could tell Fight Check's reporters about what happened. I could do that too. Domino and Grace are shopping for nerd stuff. Let's go to Fight Check's reporters first. Thinking about it, this is exactly the place I need to be if I'm going to let the world know our side of the story, isn't it? Max is where the entire arcade industry gathers. Developers, publishers, esports stars, and reporters. Oh, it's Punchy! He's just as handsome in real life. Sure enough, a familiar face is busy talking all about the event, while a friend of his with an old VHS camcorder gets every last word on tape.
And with the Atari XLX starting to fade, will the Nintendo PlayStation 4 Pro take the crown for the console of choice with the retro set? It all comes down to upscalers and CRT support. The XLX is the long-reigning king of both HDMI upscale and 240p output for old television sets.
Oh look, 5-time champion Queen Bee. Queen Bee was right up here. That's cool, she's here. That's awesome.
But Nintendo holds the keys to the kingdom for many retro franchises. And even if they aren't on board with 240p, they're the only game in town for many. We'll have more on the upcoming NPS4 Pro and... hang on.
Confused, he turns away from the camera lens to face me. Was I in shot? I was going to wait until he finished. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to photobomb you and interrupt. I can come back later. No, stay put, please. You're Angel Arts, right? Owner of Magnificent 7. Technically, we collectively own Magnificent 7. I'm just their cat herder. See, that's the kind of detail we need. Do you have time for a quick interview? Kinda why I came over here, actually. Great. Pete, load of fresh tape, the good stuff. I want to get this at high quality. With a shrug, the man just out of shot loads another VHS-C cassette and starts rolling. What's up, everybody? It's ya boy, Punchy 78, here with Fight Check News. All the fighting that's fits to post. Hot off the heels of the bombshell drop this morning, I've got Angel Arts of Magnificent 7, formerly sponsored by Crimson Tiger. Welcome to the show. Happy to be here, Punchy. So, tell us more about Magnificent 7. There's still a few people living under rocks in the Ozarks or something who haven't heard of you. What drives you? What makes you tick? We're just 7 friends who love FOD2 and want to see how far that takes us. We may have started small, but we've got the skills to build something grand. We have fun, you know? We kick A, fight hard, party harder, and have a ball. We're champions, pure and simple. Reality is slowly catching up to the fact. We may have started small, but we've got the skills to build something grand. We started small, a group of friends hanging out in a Chinatown laundromat, but that was only the beginning. It's early in our careers yet, but I feel like we have the skills we need to build something great out of humble origins. I picked that one because I feel like a lot of people can appreciate the Cinderella story. So, I mean, I definitely am a sucker for those kind of stories. It's going to take practice and hard work to be certain. We've got a long road ahead of us, but we're willing and able. Some call you an overnight success, but it's good to know you aren't relying on that hype wave. Building yourself up is important too. Exactly, and as their manager, I'm doing my best to help them reach the levels I know they can reach. So, as the manager of Magnificent Seven, you were responsible for getting signed to Crimson Tiger, right? Yeah. And this very morning, Crimson Tiger betrayed you in favor of joining forces with your rivals from Team Play to Win. What are your thoughts on that situation exactly? And he holds a microphone out to catch my words. Let's see, do I play this cool or cut a wrestling promo on them? I'm deeply disappointed in the decision, but this will not stop us. This is our dream. The industry unfortunately has a lot of bad faith actors in it. We will rise above that. Oh, we're weeping our eyes out, Punchy. Soon we shall be dust, and so will P2W. Play to win. You've made a powerful enemy on this day. Look back on this moment with regret. I'm deeply disappointed in the decision, but this will not stop us. This is our dream. I'm deeply disappointed in Crimson Tiger and Valkyrie of Team P2W, but this is a decision outside my control. What's done is done. However, that isn't going to stop us. They underestimate our passion, Punchy. Winning this tour is a dream that everyone in our team shares. We're striving for it, working for it, yearning for it. Losing our sponsor hurts, I won't deny that. But it's not going to hold us back. We're staying determined. And in the end, may the best team win. Good sportsmanship from Angel Arts of Magnificent Seven, a dream which will not be denied. And that's not the last of all the excitement here at Max. For more hot interviews, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and smash that bell! With a short interview done, Punchy motions for his cameraman to cut it. I like Punchy. I like him. I want that transcoded and on our channel within an hour. This is gonna be massive click food. My own term, click food, is like the difference between feeding the ducks at the park and feeding worms to the fish before catching them. Yeah, I get it. This is an exclusive, right? You haven't talked to anyone else yet. Nope, you're the only person I've spoken to so far, handsome. You've got all the fighting that's fit to post. You get first crack. Perfect. Gotta say, thrilled to finally meet you. I've been your biggest advocate at Fight Shack. I'm wondering if Punchy78 can be our sponsor. Not exactly a hard sell given you've been on a hot streak, but it's tough convincing some of the other editors to pay attention to smaller teams. You're the most interesting thing to happen to the scene in some time. Plenty of small, try-hard teams out there, but they haven't made the inroads you have. We need this, you know, the scene, getting too commercial, too static, same 8 or so teams at the top every time. I like you, Punchy78. My thoughts exactly, Punchy, or is it Mr. Punchy? Mr. 78? Punchy's fine, or Jimmy. Ooh, Jimmy, we're on a first name basis. Can we flirt with Jimmy too? Whatever, names are fluid, you know, it's 20XX, you got the right to choose your own name. Hey, I need to interview someone over at the Palace booth next, but let's catch up again sometime, yeah? I'm going to want to pick your brain for the benefit of my viewers. I would love to get to... I like Punchy. I would like to be friends with him. He seems like a cool dude. I'm always up for that. Great. But his smile falters a little as he pauses, unsure if he should say something.
Hey, so, you know Victoria Proud's got you in her crosshairs, right?
Oh, I like him better when his, did he just take his glasses off? I kind of like him better with his glasses off. He's got beautiful eyes. You're a really handsome man, Punchy. You're a very handsome man. Valkyrie, you mean? She claimed earlier she was doing this for my own good. Acted like a concerned mother figure and everything.
Okay, so between you, me, and the wall?
He's actually taken off his super rad sunglasses and dropped down to a lower tone, so this must be serious.
You humiliating her team in public really did not go over well with her.
I know. She fired Coda on the spot.
Even beyond that, she's got them on some weird training program determined to make sure that it never happens again. Look, This is the same person who entered a bunch of small tournaments, paying airfare and everything, just to ensure her rival didn't win any of them.
Wow.
That was 10 years ago, and even now, she keeps grinding his esports career deeper and deeper into the dirt. She does not let go of grudges.
And now she hates us. Okay, that's concerning, and a little sad that she hangs on to her anger that much.
Just figured you'd want to know.
I appreciate. See, Punchy, I like you. I feel like you and I, we can become BFFs. I would love to hang out with you. Can I get your number?
And hey, I'll be rooting for you. Later.
Later, Jimmy. Jimmy. So, war it is then. Not thrilled about that, but I guess it was unavoidable. I hope Hunter isn't going to succumb to her level. That's what I'm worried about. Let's just move on. That's too much to think about right now, and I've got more of Max to see. Let's talk to Domino and Grace. They're shopping for nerd stuff. It takes some poking around through the crowd, but eventually I locate Domino and Grace in a maze of game vendors. The booths range from makeshift tables and crate arrangements right up to the glossy and slick storefronts. But they all have one thing in common. Games. Games and games. Games with games. Games and games and games.
Woohoo!
Oh, they have a dinosaur peak? That's so rare. $4,000 is a bit steep for it though.
Whoa.
A bit steep for an 8-bit video game cartridge? Oh yes, the empty box alone can go for $1,000. I lack the words to adequately express the nightmare horror of this scenario.
Hey.
Hiya, Angel Arts, come engage in retail therapy with us. We are purchasing tokens of nerd culture so that we may signify our identification with 30-year-old technology trends. It's not really that cynical, I promise. I just love finding these rare artifacts of the game generations that came before me. We can really learn a lot from the past, you know. Agreed. I've got an MS-DOS collection the size of... Well, the games were tiny back then, but relatively speaking, the size of a truck. We could use a truck about now, actually. He holds up a pair of plastic bags, each straining mightily with the weight of rectangular plastic wedges within them. Today, as we go on a grand safari through the jungles of retro gaming, I am Grace's beast of burden. If it's too much for you to carry, Domino, it's okay. I don't mind taking a bag or two, it's really no bother. That was an exaggeration for comedic effect, Grace, don't worry. Oh, okay, I'm just saying, I didn't mean to burden you or anything. It's fine, we cool. My arms may stretch a few inches by the end of the day, but hey, gravity is a harsh mistress. Seems Domino's love for cynical wordplay is going right over Grace's head. No surprise there. Friends helping friends, right? Magnificent Seven is always willing to support each other. Fetch the raised dies. We must elevate our Grace over the unwashed masses. How about I run some packages back to the hotel for you? Easy solution. I take some packages back to the hotel. Less stuff for either of you to carry. I don't have much to do anyway. Rhapsody and Loxley are dealing with the sponsor situation and, well, no tournament. Ah, right. Heard about that. Stinks, huh? Cheer up, Angel Arts. We'll get through this. I just know we will.
That sounds great.
And I think that's a great idea. You can zip back to our suites and dump off everything we've brought so far. Okay, almost done shopping? I can tag along while you finish up. Almost. Just one or two more things I'm looking for. Hey now. Domino points to a plastic game box on a nearby table, eyes lighting up with a mad glee.
Whoa.
The Silent Hill HD collection, and only $5. Why yes, I think I will spend my hard-earned coin of the realm on that one. I've always loved the idea of a horror game where the only real monsters are the ones you brought in with you.
What?
Oh, don't buy that version. The HD remaster is really awful. If you want to play those games, we should get the originals. I can't afford the originals. If I had that kind of money, I'd be grabbing Earthbound instead. Oh, I love Earthbound. Oh, I still have my Earthbound cartridge somewhere, which I'm sure is probably crazy valuable right now. Oh, what a colorful, happy game. It's pretty creepy. That game can be kind of creepy in certain places. By the way, if you're interested in a fully voice-acted Let's Play of Earthbound, I did one several years ago. It is one of my favorite Let's Plays that I've done on my channel of all time. Would highly recommend. I'll try to remember to put a link to that in the description below. I know, it's got death cults, police brutality, and the final boss is a surreal manifestation of violation and agony. Isn't it great? Actually, the final boss has I'm not kidding at all. I'm not kidding. The final boss of that game has fetus imagery, believe it or not. Yeah, it's a dark game. That's just a theory.